Hi everyone, we're going to solve trig equations with the half angle formula, and this set is in degrees. The first thing we need to notice is we know the formula for sine for half angle is plus or minus. So sine of theta over 2 is plus or minus square root of 1 minus cosine of theta over 2. So what we have here is this plus and minus that we have to deal with. So what we look at is this, sine of 22.5 degrees. We know this is in quadrant 1, and so therefore sine is positive in quadrant 1, so we're only going to use the positive here. So we only need the positive. And after that, it's just a matter of plugging everything in. So I'm going to write this as sine of 45 degrees over 2. So now my angle is 45. All right, and then you just fill it in. It's positive because we're in. Our answer should be positive. So we have 1 minus cosine of 45 degrees divided by 2, and that's going to be let's see. Cosine of 45 degrees is square root of 2 over 2. Now what I tend to do is I go ahead at this stage and change this 1 to 2 over 2. So basically we have 2 minus square root of 2 over 2 divided by 2. Then you just multiply those two, that's going to be 4. And what we get is square root of 2 minus square root of 2 over 4. And you can break this up. I'm not going to keep doing this. I'm just going to do it on this first one. So this is going to, our answer is going to be positive 2 minus square root of 2 over 2. Okay? The next one's the same thing. We know cosine is positive. This is in quadrant 1. So our answer is going to be positive. And so we have cosine of 45 degrees over 2 equals positive, we're using the positive this, 1 plus cosine of 45 degrees over 2. Alright, so this is our angle, and I'm just using that formula. So we're going to get 1 plus square root of 2 over 2 divided by 2. I go ahead and change this 1 to 2 over 2 because of the common denominator. And then you just multiply this, or I'll break it down again. This will be 2 plus square root of 2 over 2 divided by 2. And you multiply those two and get 4. So you're going to get 2 plus square root of 2 over the square root of 4, which equals the square root of 2 plus the square root of 2 over 2. So there's your answer. And the next one. Now, this next one, we have cosine of 165. So 165, notice this is in quadrant 2. We know in quadrant 2, cosine is negative. So we're going to use the formula with the negative in front. It's going to be 1 plus, what's under the radical stays the same. It's just what's out front here. We know our answer has to be negative because we're in quadrant 2. So that's the easiest way to remember that. Now, I just multiply 165 times 2, and that gives me 330. So I'm going to write this as 330 over 2. So your angle is 330 here. We know our answer here has to be negative, so we put the negative in front, and you get 1 plus cosine of 330 over 330 degrees over 2. And cosine of 330 is square root of 3 over 2. So it's 1 plus square root of 3 over 2 divided by 2. Again, I'm going to just change this 1 to 2 over 2. And you notice this is going to be 4. So we get negative 2 plus the square root of 3 over square root of 4, which equals negative square root of 2 plus square root of 3 over 2. Okay, and the last one, I have sine of 195. Now 195 is in quadrant 3, and we know that cosine is negative. So when I'm using my half angle here, I know my final answer has to be negative. Your formula here is 1 minus cosine of theta over 2. Now, 2 times 195 is 390. Okay, so what you need, you can just keep it that way. We know that 390 is coterminal with 30 degrees. So I'm going to go ahead and just use the 390, but it's the same place as the 30. So cosine of 390 or 30 is square root of 3 over 2 all over 2. I'm going to go ahead and change this to 2 over 2. I'm going to go ahead and write this as 2 minus square root of 3 over 4, which equals negative 2 minus square root of 3. Messed up a little there. All over 2. And that's your final answer. That's your exact value. Okay, the next set I'm going to do is with radians. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye-bye.